With us now is our correspondent, Donyshia. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Donna. I'm so excited.
And who did you bring with us?
I brought Bob Day from Zwanger, Perisi.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Now, I read a little bit of research about you. You started with the company in 1979?
I've been a technologist since '79. I've been with Zwanger Perisi about 20 years.
Okay, but always in the same kind of realm of
Yeah, I've been
expertise.
in radiology, for a long time.
What made you decide to go into that as a career?
To be perfectly honest, probably the only part of my personality that I wanted to match up is I like helping people. I originally was on a track to be a teacher, but if you do the math and figure it out, when I was in college, there weren't a lot of teaching jobs, so I just kind of changed course, and healthcare seemed to be like a natural way to kind of gravitate towards, and I stumbled into radiology, and here I am.
And it's something that's so important today, and also the technology has changed over the years. Donyshia, you wanted to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we wanted to find out about the services you have, the calcium services, and the free mammograms and services that you guys are good to do for the community.
Sure. So, I mean, one of the cornerstones of Zwanger Perisi is Dr. Mendelson's made a real effort to bring what we consider state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line imaging to the community. In addition to that, we try to support the community by patients that aren't, insured and don't have the wherewithal to get these high-end procedures done. We make it available to them at no cost. But one of the things that we do at Zwanger Perisi, from the technology point of view, is we're very attuned to what we think the next greatest thing in imaging will be that will help the patient. So, as an example, recently, it's been around for a while, but it's just starting to really take hold. It's something called calcium scoring.
Okay.
And what this is, it's a very simple 5-minute, non-invasive study that I can look at the heart vessels. And what's interesting about it is we can do something, and it's called a calcium score, which is a measurement of how much calcium gets deposited in your coronary arteries. And not to get too technical, but really quick, is if you have high cholesterol, and you develop fatty deposits in a blood vessel, kind of like wet cement. Over time, the cement will dry, become calcium, and it'll be deposited in a blood vessel. We can actually look at that and measure it, correlate it to your age, and kind of give you a risk stratification if we think you're inclined to have a heart attack. And the interesting thing about heart attacks is, we always talk about cancer, which is obviously impacts a lot of people, but if I'm in a room full of 100 people and say who knows or has been impacted by either somebody that's had a heart attack or a stroke, everybody raises their hand. The thing I love most about this particular test, calcium scoring, is that it is quick, but more importantly, the wonderful thing about coronary artery disease, if we find it, we can fix it. So we can hopefully prevent you from going on to have a heart attack. So it's a wonderful, wonderful test.
Calcium is so important, even with bone density, and things of that nature, because I know that some of the x-rays you can tell a lot, but I did not know that you had the technology to check the heart valves.
Yeah, it's really simple. We just took you up to a cardiac monitor.
Okay.
You go into the scanner, you come in and out 2 times, 2 10-second breath holds, and you're on your way.
Oh, that's quick.
Yeah, it's quick.
That's quick and efficient.
Yes.
Efficient. So you have a lot of new offices that are popping up. You have one in...
It's true, right?
We see Zwanger everywhere, which is fantastic because you're growing, but you're still, family focused.
We try to be, yeah. I mean, one of the things that's interesting is we get bigger and bigger, we start to appear very corporate.
Okay.
I can tell you that we are anything but. We are probably the opposite of corporate. Zwanger Perisi was founded by Dr. Zwanger and Perisi, over 60 years ago, and it was built on their reputation of being very patient-centric. And I think what I'm most proud of is we have grown to 1,300 employees, 30 locations. I really think the cornerstone of what we do and why we continue to be successful is because we really do that. I tell people all the time, we have good technology, our architecture, our sites are beautiful, but I really believe the reason that patients continue to come back to us is because of the way we respect them and treat them. So Dr. Mendelson has made a real effort that even though we get big, we're still going to treat the patients just like we did when there was only 2 offices.
That's so important. Culture is so important.
Yeah.
And also taking the fear out of things. People are so afraid. They're so afraid when they go in there, you know, that, oh my goodness, what if they find something? What if they find something? Where I think Zwanger Perisi comes at it from, you know, thank goodness if you have something, we have found it, and at least now it's treatable.
Absolutely.
You know, in most cases. So thank you. It was like, is there anything else that
well, I think he's being modest because I'm at full transparency. I attended Zwanger. I'm a patient.
Sure.
And it's a spa. It's a resort. You walk in there and you're like, oh my goodness, this is like the best place to be for my services.
And I was going to ask you, I didn't know if you were going to share, but thank you for sharing. But yes, that's from your experience. What have you noticed for you? How has that helped you personally?
I think I went to the Limbrook location. I went to they have a new location in Five Towns.
Yes.
I mean, every single location I go to, it's welcoming, it's family friendly, and I feel like I'm in a resort. But
I think, unfortunately, with the pressures, economic pressures on the medical field today, I think a lot of people approach the way to kind of get around the economic pressures is to do more, do it faster. And I think the collateral damage to that is the patients, that we don't respect their time, we don't take respect that they're here and they're waiting. So one of the things that we first try to do, and this comes to having multiple locations, is we try to make ourselves accessible to everybody, and we want to be close to where you live. The second thing is we want to make it very accessible from the point of view, if you're a woman and you wake up and feel a lump in your breast, do you want to wait a week to have your mammogram, or do you want to come in today?
You want to go there today?
Come in today. So I want you to come in today. I want to treat you with respect when you get there and get you in and get the results back to you within the same day. So I think part of what makes us feel comfortable and feel welcoming is that we're going to respect all of those things that you find important, that I think a lot of times is the medical field has kind of lost sight of that, where it's become more of a business, and I think unfortunately we forget that we're still dealing with patients and their emotions, and they're sick. And even when you come in for the simplest study that we think is routine, you're not there because you want to be there, and you're probably there because somebody told you something may be wrong. So we have to be very, very aware of that. And I think we do a pretty good job, and that's why we continue to grow.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to all of the wonderful things that are going to be developing and all the technology you're going to be sharing with the community. And thank you for spending some time with us today.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
For coming in.
And please, if you could, you could reach out to us. You can even get a testimonial from Donyshia, but go to their website for more information. Thanks for watching.